All right, .NET developers, let's be real for a second. What's one of the biggest time sinks in almost any project? That's right, the data access layer. Well, today we're going to look at a super cool tool called CCG that pretty much automates the entire thing so you can get back to building awesome features. Let's see how it works.
I mean, you know the drill, right? For every single table you have, you're stuck writing the same boring methods to create, read, update, and delete stuff. It is so tedious, it's repetitive, and it's just a perfect breeding ground for those annoying copy-paste bugs. But what if you could just not do that anymore?
So in this quick run-through, here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with what CCG actually is. Then we'll walk step by step through installing it, hooking it up to your database, generating your first classes, and finally, the best part, using all that new code in your project.
Okay, so first things first. What exactly is this magic tool that promises to get rid of all our boilerplate headaches? Well, CCG stands for CRUD Class Generator. You can think of it as a lightweight ORM, or Object Relational Mapping tool. And what it does is actually super simple but really powerful. It just looks at your SQL database schema, and then it automatically writes all the standard C# classes you need for your data access layer. I mean, we're talking less manual coding, way fewer errors, and a huge speed boost. This can seriously cut down the data access code you have to write by over 90%.
Okay, enough talk, right? Let's actually get this thing set up and see it in action.
And you're going to love this. The whole process takes like a minute. It's really just 4 simple steps. Find it on Google, download it from SourceForge, unzip it, and run the installer. That's it.
So for step 1, just hop over to Google and type in CCG4DA. See that first result? The one from sourceforge.net? Yep, that's the one you want. Once you land on the SourceForge page, click into the Files tab. Look for a folder called Setup, and inside, you'll see a file named ccg_setup.rar. Just go ahead and download that.
All right, once that's finished downloading, use whatever tool you like, WinRAR, 7-zip, you know the deal, and extract the contents. You'll get a new folder, and right inside, there it is, setup.exe. Just give that a double click to get things started.
The installation wizard is completely standard. Nothing tricky here. You can just hit Next all the way through. It's as simple as that.
Okay, CCG is installed. Now let's fire it up. When you launch it for the very first time, you're going to hit a tiny little roadblock. But don't worry, it's supposed to be there. You'll see this pop-up that says connection string not found. And your first thought might be, oh no, did I break it already? But nope, you did everything right. This is totally normal. The app is just letting you know that, hey, I need you to tell me where your database is.
After you click OK on that message, you'll see the main screen. Your very first job is right at the top. See that connection string field? You just need to paste your SQL Server connection string right in there to get things talking.
As soon as you paste in that string, you should see the little status indicator turn green. That means we're connected. Awesome. Now it's just 2 clicks. First, hit the button to load your database schemas. Then, once you pick the one you need, click the next button to load up all the tables inside that schema. All right, our database is hooked up, our tables are loaded. Now for the really, really fun part. This is where the magic happens. Now, before we hit the big Generate button, just take a quick look at the configuration options. You have complete control here. You can point it to the exact project path for your files and set up all your specific namespaces. This is super handy because it makes sure the generated code fits perfectly into your project structure. And this right here is the core workflow. You select your schema, you check the boxes for the tables you need. Like here, we're grabbing company, contact, and order, and then you just hit Generate Selected Classes, and bam! Instantly, CCG creates all the C# files and drops them right into the folder you specified. It's that fast.
So we just generated all that code in, what, a couple of seconds? Now let's see how easy it is to actually use it in our application. This, my friends, is the payoff. So pop back over to Visual Studio. In the Solution Explorer, you'll need to click the Show All Files icon. You'll see the new folders and files that CCG just made. Kind of grayed out. All you have to do is right-click on that main folder and select Include in Project. And just like that, they're a fully integrated part of your solution. And here's the result. Just look how clean this code is. On the left, we're calling a stored procedure to add a new product. We just define our parameters and execute. Done. On the right, we're grabbing a list of orders with a single line of code. Just think about all the code you're not writing. No manual connection objects, no commands, no data readers. CCG handles all of that messy stuff for you. You're left with simple, powerful method calls.
And that's really the crucial point. Your job isn't about writing and debugging tedious data access code anymore. Your job is now to use the robust, error-free code that CCG provides. It's a total game changer, and it lets you focus on the business logic, the stuff that actually matters, instead of getting bogged down in database plumbing.
And that kind of brings us to the final thought here. Now that you've seen how you can generate a complete working data access layer in just a few minutes, the real question is, what will you build with all that time you just got back?